Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Mindful Moments podcast. I'm your host, I'm Tracy, and pretty much I've decided that I consider myself to be a fellow traveler on this journey of exploration. So I'm actually trying something a little bit differently for this next series, and it's been a doozy. I'm not gonna lie. This next series is one that's pretty personal and for sure vulnerable, but also like super fun. So I'm down with it. Like I'm super down. The next series is titled Unleashing Your Fearless Creativity. And basically the goal of the series is to do exactly what I'm doing right now. It's to create from a place of rawness. It's to create without a destination in mind, without judgment of the creation process. And basically, I just so that you all can kind of have a picture, and also for future Tracy, because I mean, this whole podcast is all about reminding myself as well. But just picture, this is how I have my situation set up, okay? So our house is on 4.5 acres. It's wooded. It's, in the forest, southern Missouri, just outside of St. Louis. It's me and my husband and our 2 dogs. I say all this because my dogs and my husband are basically, they're just very loud. I don't know what you guys thought I was going to say, but I mean, they're special and everything too. They're also like my life, of course. I love them. But, as I'm doing this podcast and as I'm deciding to document a lot of what is happening in real time and a lot of the lessons that I'm learning about my experience as a human being, I've come to realize a few different things. And I don't really know how else to phrase this, but there will be certain themes that you'll notice throughout the entire podcast, all across the Mindful Moments podcast. And these themes are about creativity and self-expression, basically. And also a lot that will be about nature and the healing power of nature. It'll be a lot about introspection and going inward for answers. Acceptance is another common theme, and abundance. And abundance, well, all of them, in their own right, they all evoke certain, emotions, let's say. But when I'm talking about a lot of these different things and I'm going down, the rabbit holes, having my dogs right by me, having them near me, it's everything. I love my dogs, and I say that to say that you're going to be hearing them sometimes, like people who have dogs know you can't mute your dog, you know what I mean? And I'm definitely not trying to put them out, out of my studio. So I was painting this picture for you all, that our home that's nestled in the woods. I have 2 dogs. My husband, I love him so very much. He goes to work all day, Monday through Friday. So essentially it's me and my dogs, and we go on a long walk in the morning when we first wake up with my tea. And then I have my time by myself. And then after that, it's an open door policy. I have a studio. That's where I was getting. I have this studio, and it's got 2 double huge windows that overlook our property, which, the 4.5 acres of woods. And my reason for mentioning all of that is that I was spending a lot of time trying to time out when I record and trying to make sure that I had silence and, asking not to be interrupted or, trying to keep the dogs quiet. It's endless. And I know other people who are producing some sort of content. If, you're not a professional at this stuff, then I already know that, I already know we're on the same page. Like, I already, real recognize real, more or less. So for me, the piece of creating, the joy of creating is when you can see that something's imperfect. It's when you can hear my sweet little buckle boy crying about nothing in the background because there was a very brief moment that he wasn't getting pets. Yeah, that's just the worst thing ever in his world. And I'm getting a little bit distracted even as I'm recording this because I'm looking out my window and there's lightning. We just had a huge hailstorm. We got these huge hails. And now I'm looking out my window and there's lightning and there is a gnarly thunderstorm that just ended. And it's just really driving the point home that it's very, I don't know. I tried to, look into how are people creating these perfect environments? How are people doing that? How are people getting the thunder to stop and the trash man from picking up the trash and Amazon from delivering? And I know that y'all are getting Amazon delivered. So that's something I'm like, I don't know what type of sorcery, but I haven't hacked that cheat code yet. So right now, I'm going to go through a creative process where I record, I press record, I save that file. And I'm saying this also to hold myself accountable because it's about to be cool. I can feel it. So I will press record, save the file, and then put it out with the music. And I know what my topics are. This right here is just me letting you all know. It's me setting forth, it's me making my intentions. I'm setting my intentions. Okay. And that's one thing that I've learned about all of this is that you can watch every YouTube video. You can listen to every guru, every self-help, every pastor, every parent, every friend. You can listen to everybody and you can take all of their, I'm sure, really fine advice. Yeah, sure. I'm not here to say that somebody's not offering great advice, but what I'm here to say is that until you put your pen, until you put your pen to paper, it's not going to be the fullness of your creativity. It won't be the most genuine and authentic, fearless. I'm setting my intention that I'm going to record one time unless there's something that completely is just nutso that goes on. But otherwise, I'll record one time, put in my music, my backgrounds, because also y'all will learn this is another part of my theme is that music for me is a huge part of the vibe. It's like the vibe, you know what I mean? So I do like to spend time on that part. That part is a huge part of my creative process, but this is a little bit kind of behind the scenes is that the best part about this whole process is being able to hear what you create. It's like being able to sit in front of your canvas that was once blank and now it has colors and sometimes tears, blood sometimes. I'm just saying it does. And that's what this is all about. It's about creating no matter what, no matter when, no matter the past, no matter the future. It is about creating your present. And if you do that every single day, then every single day you're being you. And I've mentioned it in previous episodes. I've talked about it, and I often set intentions for my day. It's a part of my daily practice. But I had a realization that I was ready to scale it up. I was ready to really, really practice what I was preaching. I was like really, really ready. You know, it's like when the training wheels get to come off. Like, that's how I feel, is that I'm ready to hop on the bike and see what it do without the training wheels. And I already know, just like you already know, that there is nothing more beautiful, more precious than fearless creativity. Like, fearless creativity is foundational to life, not just art, but in life. And a whole lot of it right now might not sound cohesive and make a ton of sense, but I absolutely promise you that throughout this series, I mean, I know what I'm going to be doing. I just set my intentions, but I want you to set an intention for something that is akin to you taking the training wheels off of your bike. I want you to take yourself to back when you were however old you were. I was the youngest. I am the youngest of 6, so I think I took the bad boys off like, I don't know, I was probably like 4 or something. My mom listens, so she'll fact check me, but she probably won't, but she can. But do it, just do it. If there's anything inside of you right now that is like, that seems like a stretch, but I mean, I could do it. And if you make a mistake, if you stumble over something, if you forget something else, I feel like as long as the kids are picked up from the pickup line, I mean, I don't know for sure, but I feel like I used to work at a school. I was a counselor, and the pickup line is serious. So, but other than that, I mean, give yourself 15 minutes every day to pursue that thing. If you can swing it, do an hour. I wish I could tell you all more about what's to come, and fortunately, I mean, the thing is, this is what the series is. So it's fearless. The outline basically is quite vague. I put together, the anchor is what I'm referring to it as. So I have some anchor points, and all of those anchor points still lead back to you and your breath. It still leads back to a place of connection. I'm not going to leave you. I'm not going to leave you out there. I'll have some themes that we'll go through together, all of the ones I highlighted earlier, and probably some more too. And I'm not going to spend a whole lot of time, like I said, editing things out or moving things around, or not spending time with my dogs or my husband, or with my windows open so that the birds can chirp and the thunder can roll. No, we're just going to give ourselves permission, okay? Just to botch things, just permission to make mistakes, permission to have things a little off. And let's see this as our form of resistance, like the other type of resistance, not the resistance that we were confronting in previous episodes, but like resistance, like non-conformity. Let's do something, like, let's really do this. Anyway, I'm very excited. I'm very excited. I'm almost a little bit like, oh, I want to end the recording, but I don't even want to end it, because now I'm just thinking, oh, I can't wait to do the next one. But that's the point of all of this, is that the time that I put into recording and everything is what I build upon for the following episode. So it's very important to me, above all, to let my future self, future Tracy know that past Tracy set these intentions, because all of my favorite pieces of art, all of my favorite creations all come from a place of being able to improvise, being able to have real talk, you know? So that's what we'll be doing. You know, it'll be a whole lot of that. And I'm really excited to share all of this with you guys. I'm really excited to share this with myself, just this time with myself. And I really hope that all of you do this too. I really do. And I look forward to hearing about it. So please leave a comment. If you're on Spotify, I think you can leave a comment. I don't know for sure, but like I said, this recording is going out raw, so so hopefully there's a comment section. If not, I have a YouTube channel too, Mindful Moments Podcast, and I know for sure that you can like, subscribe, and comment over there too. So if you want to, if you feel comfortable doing so and you feel like you have a word that you'd like to share, let's hear it. I want to hear it. If you have dogs, I want dog pictures. And if you have, let's be honest, I'm here for the dog pictures. If you have them, please send them. Thank you.